If nothing happens by nightfall, I'm starting a brawl.
Someone's bound to start trouble.
There's still a part of me buried in this place. I can feel it stirring. We must find it before we move on.
Don't let your guard down. I will be your downfall. I will be your downfall.
I know this place. I remember it, although my memory is still clouded. I was here with Merlin. It was here that the idea of how to end the war with the Four Dwellers first took. But what happened next is still a place of his eternal rest. You are not him. You are I am Sewell Firstfoot, the one who scouted the land before the traitor Arthur set foot on it. Yes, it is my legacy. The jewel of the South, the safe haven of honorable men. I've been here for so long. The Dalriata promised me revenge. Everyone who comes here has the right to ask. I was the most loyal of Arthur's men. I was the first to go ashore and take on any danger that might arise in this new. Then came the war. I fought by it, but Arthur wanted more. Arthur longed to possess the power, so Merlin decided our king must first become immortal. Only then could he achieve greatness. But Merlin needed volunteers. Trusted people to go first to make sure that his methods were effective. So we wouldn't risk Arthur's life in trying to grant him immortality. They thought I had died. So they buried me. Arthur's greed and Merlin's obsession made me what I am now. Arthur should have made sure. They thought I was dead. But I know there were others after me. I know that the king didn't hesitate to do anything to achieve. He experimented on all the knights, abusing their oath. He told them it was for the greater good of their lives. Arthur doomed their names. He sacrificed the lives of the... And this is the greatest... We cannot be helped. We cannot be killed. The Dalriata promised to burn down Camelot, avenge the memory of all my brothers. Camelot was built on betrayal. People have the right to live, build a new world. When Camelot falls,
And? What do you think? They're just fools. Somebody made a stupid mistake in the past. Somebody else decided to cover it up. Somebody came up with traditions and stories to mask what was done. And for Hunt, really, there's no point in invoking. The only thing that matters is safety and loyalty. And honestly, I don't believe the ones running this entire circus will protect anyone but themselves. Well, now we found ourselves in what I'd probably call a clusterfuck. And somehow you unwittingly became the most important person in the region, because your decision will change how the entire situation unfolds. You see, my boys from the Horn to the south are split down the middle. Some will back me, but others won't, understand what I'm trying to do. The latter, like Feargas, are the traditionalists, and they know me a little bit too well. If I came to them with this revelation, they'd think it was a conspiracy. But if someone from the... You see where I'm going? That! Go talk to Feargas. I just hope Feargas shows some
It was the most painful thing I heard. I didn't know. I had no idea this is what happened. There were other things that required. We were losing the war. I was needed everywhere. I should have paid more attention to what Merlin was doing. I shouldn't have let go.
Wanderer in the sunken village. Back in the day, you just needed to look. island asylum? But when I look at your face, something's... And look at you now, out in the world, breathing the... Freedom is a gift, even when it feels... Monsters? I think you misunderstand. I don't see any monster. It's sad. But as if they were... It's the sight. Sometimes you... The sunken village... I know that some druids did it. Specific individuals, although their names have long been forgotten. You'd have to ask those responsible for the flood. That's a good question. Maybe they burnt during the... Nevertheless, at least... Long ago, and yet now, and I'll... Among others, I don't... What it... I guess I'm every longer. For I have everything I need. Before you go, I understand. I see you. I hear you. You can come keep me company whenever you want.
I cannot say for certain. It seems familiar. I do not feel my soul bound to it, but I know something lingers beyond this gate. We'll find the truth.
Safe.
So he shares the same fate as his... Well, at least we'll have some... And it didn't win. I do. He's a very pleasant fellow. And he has... Yeah, your fault. There may be one since you've. I might have another job for you. A while ago, it was. That's good. Good luck. good news. When the keepers are allowed to leave the walls again, I have to walk. And what about the traveler I mentioned? Yeah, just as I... Thank you. A few nights ago, I spotted a weird ear near the old... I had it in my sight. Weird ears are rare and valuable. Not just... That's not all. Their antlers make perfect... Well... You're welcome.
Oh, really? And here I thought the horns of... But go ahead. Have I ever mentioned I'm not a big fan of your... Now, tell me what you really want. This isn't funny. I'm no Galahad, burning people at the stake for heresy. Still, judging by the look on your face, all right then. I'll go in. I saw what you wanted me to see. We need to talk. Everything I believed has been seriously challenged. Why did you show? Because it could be that I'd be better off not. What they did to Seawall is unthinkable. And what will the other keepers say? What will happen to the horns of the sun? Everything we believe. You're right. In the end, it doesn't matter what Camelot was, and we did everything in our power to keep the South safe, and to keep our light. that this will be the end of the Horns of the South. It sounds better than the alternative. It will have to give everyone some hope to cling to. All right. I assume Brandon put you up to this. I'll support this case. If only I don't have to like...
Blessing? Is that... Make up.
It's nice to have a break. Sometimes it's nice to just... You've done it again! Oh, there's... Oh, I've got something else for you, friend. This one will make... I might retire early and let you take over the forge. Looks like you've handled everything I had for you. If you're hungry for more knowledge, you might want to seek out a blacksmith from the tribes. Say what you want about the dowry.
See you around.
Right now, most of it'd be the you.
My bones itch for blood.
Ah, you're back. So, good. I do feel for the boy. He really loved Camelot. Probably the last truly loyal keeper, and knew his honour wouldn't let him hide it from the others in the horns. Nicely done. Now, I'll get one eye, and together we'll go to the hall. Not everyone will be happy about it. Those who don't support it after that, whatever they choose to do is...
Brothers, today marks a new chapter in the history of the Horns of the South. Today, we put an end to fear and poverty. I understand Camelot has abandoned us, brothers. Camelot, we were meant to stand. And all this time, do you know what? For over 600 years, Seawall has been alive. You don't... I say, but Galahad's... You're probably wondering, how can we... I know the lockdown... Our new allies.
I know, my brothers. Thanks.
Together.
We were in...
Of course, I did... To those... Now...
An honest matter. Ah, right. See, the problem with Excalibur, or how are you supposed to do that? But if the pin that secured your entry to the Horns has led you here, I think I know what the one who gave... You see, there are many different legends. According to one of them, there are a few places on Avalon where you can prove your... And one of those places, as you can... Have you seen the old gong in the sunken village? Well, many years ago, when people still went to the woods for a shit instead of using a privy, it was part of a certain ritual. Only the people who passed the ritual could become keepers. Well, none of the living keepers were recruited that way, so we don't really know what. That's why Galahad now appoints keepers and the captain chooses them. It's just safer that way. I only know that you need to sound the gong and then lie down to sleep at its base. If you wake up, I mean, when you wake up again in the morning, you'll know. Unfortunately, the gong is broken. So first, you'll need to find a way to fix it. And since it's made of weird, fortunately, Oshbrit should be able to help you. A little bird told me he likes to play with weird steel. Just tell him I sent you, and he won't give you. And go.
It's
Sometimes it's nice.
Why would you want...
Take some...
Where?
Of course, it's just not... How did you, Oh, forget it. I don't even want to know. Just give me a moment. Here. That should do it. Really?
Disturb my peace. You made an oath never to summon me again. Excalibur. Wait. Is it really you? You, who come from a time beyond. Show yourself before me.
It seems he speaks to me. Allow me to answer him.
Welcome, old friend.
I can see that you know me, but I am a mere shadow of my true self. I don't remember you, Lord of the Seas. Forgive me.
That's what you told me, my friend. The next time we see each other, you will not remember me. But you are here now. The will and the power led you back to this place. Even in this incomplete form.
Where should I look for myself? I wish to restore Avalon to its former glory, yet I don't know how.
Avalon's fate has never rested upon one person alone, not even one as great as King Arthur. Yet here you are, trying again, restless and eager to take the responsibility again. I salute you, my friend.
Tell me what I must do to be worthy to lead Avalon once more. I do not think I have the strength.
Your path is true. Seek wholeness, and Avalon will reveal what it needs from you. And yes, you need to touch Excalibur.
Thank you, my friend.
And you, mortal. You have given yourself to the king's service. You are worthy of a place among the keepers of the South. Arthur, take out your sword and fear no failure. It is yours to take. It always was. I deem you worthy, my friend. The promise I gave thy mother is fulfilled, and thus our pact is ended. You know where to look for your soul. Trust yourself. And when you reach your journey's end, I trust you will make the right choice.
Yes, it seems, and this proves that I sought allies, and I trusted him enough to carry the knowledge. This must count for something.
Oh, you see, and really, always good to have a little rest. Oh, don't get me wrong. It's just that and then I would when I always good to have a little rest.
I am his will, the fire that bends the world to his command. I am the blade that shapes kings and shatters tyrants.
Enough, Merlin. You can't keep throwing lives into this abyss. These experiments, they're destroying what remains of us.
Destroying us? They're what's keeping us alive. Do you think the Four Dwellers will stop for pity or mercy? Every soul we lose here saves 10 more on the battlefield. You told me to do this. You sanctioned this. And I'm close to getting it right. I know it.
No, we can't justify this. There's no victory worth such a cost.
You know full well, Arthur, that this isn't about victory. It's about survival. If we don't push these boundaries, there will be no future for your kingdom, for Avalon. You dream of peace, but without victory, there will be no peace to dream of. The path ahead is brutal, but if we relent now, we lose everything.
And yet we keep losing people and gaining nothing in return. We must change the path.
They volunteered for this.
They volunteered to save our kingdom, and you've gotten no closer to doing it. Their sacrifices cannot be in vain, Merlin. Find another way. Use your mind, your wisdom. Leave this slaughterhouse you've created behind.
A different way. That will take time, and resources we may not have. The enemy won't wait.
They will if I make them. Whatever it takes, I will buy you that time. Find me a weapon that wins this war without annihilating what we fight to protect.
Whatever it takes.
Yes. Let it be known that it was my decision, and I will bear the consequences of it.
Oh no, my king. People can never know. It was all my idea, and you knew nothing about it. All of us have our role to play. You are the leader, and they need to love you. If we win, you need to become more than a man. You need to become a symbol.
Now, I remember. Before you judge me, it all seems so obvious now, doesn't it? The right thing to do. It wasn't back then, and you can trust me on that. We were on the brink of losing the war. There was no clean path, no noble answer. Something had to be done. And in the end, the ones who stepped forward and their deaths gave Merlin the knowledge he needed to finish his work. To find something. I did, but this wasn't about pride.
It wasn't about the truth about all this would have broken, and a king doesn't get to flinch. If that meant carrying the weight alone. Justified? No. Justification is for they were brave men who volunteered. The difference was that if Merlin succeeded, one man's sacrifice could have saved us all, could have ended the war. If sacrificing a few meant the survival of all, then there was no. Maybe they never saw justice. Maybe their real stories were erased from history. Call it cruelty. Call it madness. But if I'd done nothing, but the kingdom still stands. I told him to stop the experiments on our men. He started experimenting on the Four Dwellers, the enemy. If their bodies could be broken down, their power turned against them, wasn't that their own doing? So he figured out how to twist the Four Dwellers' power into something we could wield. I told him to conquer the weirdness, and in the end, he did. He found a way to make me stronger, stronger than any man had the right to be. It wasn't just magic. It was something deeper, older, a force that reshaped me. And with it, we won. The war ended. Avalon was ours. The bloodshed stopped, the banners were raised, and the kingdom stood safe. That's the question, isn't it? I keep thinking about Seawall. He was ready to pay the ultimate price for what we were fighting for. And I thought he did. I grieved him. Told myself his sacrifice had meaning, that he had given his life for Avalon. And now, after all these years, finding him like this, I told myself I carried the weight of my choices. But seeing him, I wonder if I ever truly did.
You've got that look again, like you've seen something you wish you hadn't. Another piece of the king's soul reclaimed, right? What did it show you this time? Merlin. Ah, Merlin and his obsession with the weirdness. The king thought it could save us. Merlin thought it could be controlled. Together, they were willing to tear the world apart to win. I was a prototype for Merlin's latest idea, immortality. Me and Seawall, the king's loyal pawns. Used and discarded when they found a better way. When they decided to go even deeper into their madness and turn our king into a monster. Even if he didn't, he should have. He was desperate to win. And desperation, every scream, every scar. Even if he didn't see it, he allowed. Fight back. Against who? Merlin? The king? You don't fight gods when you're just a pawn on their board. You endure. You wait. And when the time comes, you either break. That's what I do. Seawall was Merlin's first attempt. I was the last. We could say I was lucky. But to say that would... The monsters, the weirdness, the chaos. We're left in the ruins of their grand plans. It's time to bury all these fairy tales in a well-deserved grave. Of course he'd say that. There's always but it doesn't absolve. He wanted victory, no matter the cost. And when you want something... And, after all, who said we were supposed to win this war? Who said... You've seen what they did. What he did. And that's not the end of the story. It's not the extent of their sins. Find the pieces of his soul. Put him back together, if that's what it takes. And then we, or I alone, if you decide to defy me, can end the cycle. Either way, we will get to his resurrection. I've seen it too many times to believe the cycle will be broken before it happens. But know this, once he's whole, Arthur's power, his mistakes, and his madness will all return. And when that moment comes, I'll be there. Whether to just remember that when that happens, and you stand by his side, there won't be room for both. Start. You've already started. But if you want the next piece, head to Kunacht. The menhir there is failing, the weirdness swallowing what's left of the village. You will need to find another artifact. The shield our king gave to Palamedes. He was one of the king's finest, a voice of reason amidst the madness. But it didn't save him or his leg. Find the shield, and then, well, we will meet again. We'll see if your perspective changes.
Merlin saw Avalon for what it was long before the rest of us. He told me that Tintagel wouldn't, that the weirdness would gnaw at our walls, at our minds, but he still fought to map a way forward. We were losing the battle at Tuathan's mouth, our last push before the weirdness took the field. Merlin was with us, bleeding, exhausted, but still weaving his spells. Then it came. Not a beast, not a man, not something we ever had words for. Merlin raised his staff, spoke a name I didn't, not killed, not struck down, just... It was supposed to be a reminder. The sword was never just steel. I wanted them to remember.
We're just sitting here, not bothering. Vran, you can go. If you know our sister's name,